Good evening, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. Have I got an awesome video to talk about today. I'm going to paint the picture of $64 silver and how it's a no-brainer. It really is. When you hear the information, $64 silver is a no-brainer, and I'm going to prove it to you guys tonight with a few different things. So with that being said, before we get started, I have to do a little plug because I usually put this sometimes at the end of the video, and I know some people don't see it, and I haven't talked about it in a little while, so I got to put it out there. It's only going to take about a minute. So at the end of the month, we are going to have our members giveaway. We do this every month where we pick a random member. I do the videos open, and so anybody that wants to watch them can watch them. I do it live, and to become a member, it costs $1.99 a month. Now, here's what you get for that $1.99 a month, though. You become a member. You put your name will be put at the bottom in the description below for every video. Not the short videos, because I don't actually put anything on the short videos, but every regular video, not YouTube 15-second shorts. And your comments go straight to my phone. So when you leave a comment on a video, I end up seeing it fairly quickly. It's $1.99 to become a member. It's a great perk. I do it every month where we give away something. We're going to be giving away 1 ounce of silver this month, and then I'm probably going to roll the other one fairly quickly after that. It is a live video that I do. I will not do the video, the giveaway, until we have at least some people on to verify that everything is legit. I do use a creative random way each time. Sometimes I use a random comment, a random member picker, or a random wheel. This time I'll probably be using a bingo ball puller, but I'm kind of on the fence on which way I'm going to do it. No one's ever complained because it is done live. And the winner will have their choice between one of these two. These were actually leftover cases and leftover tags from the official 10,000 subscriber giveaway. I had some tags left over. I had some holders left over, and I thought it would be really cool to put a couple ounces in there and give it away like that. Unless someone doesn't want it, but, you know, I mean, who wouldn't want a little extra protection on their coin and a piece of history, because not a lot of people have these. So it is only $1.99 to become a member. You can click below where it says join, and it's a lot of fun. With that being said, we're going to jump into today's video. And, oh, one more thing. There's only like under 30 members right now, which means your odds of winning for $1.99 are super awesome. And we do it every month. We give away at least 1 ounce of silver minimum every month. Some months are better, but never worse than 1 ounce. So with that being said, let's jump into today's video. $64 silver. How could someone come up with $64 silver? This stumbled on me today. It stumbled on me because every Tuesday night, I go to Sonic. Some of y'all may know what that is. It's burgers. The only reason I eat there on Tuesday nights is because it's half price. And I think fast food has just gotten too expensive now to spend all that extra money on something that I can make at home for a fraction of the cost. Now, can you beat half price? I can't make 2 hamburgers at home for $5. Maybe I could make 5 hamburgers as what was on my receipt. I'm going to explain the receipt in a minute. So someone ain't like, you went through all that work, losing all that weight, and now you're eating 5 cheeseburgers. Not the case, but we're going to talk about it. So this evening, I ended up picking up 5 cheeseburgers. These are good cheeseburgers. They're fully loaded from Sonic. Cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, onions, ketchup, and mayonnaise. Came up to $12.67. 2 of them were fully loaded. One of them was, 2 of them were without tomatoes for my buddy. 1 was for my dogs, and 2 were for me. Fully loaded, everything. With that being said, you can see on here what the order normally would be. 2 cheeseburgers would normally be $9.38. 1 would have been $4.59, and 2 would have been $9.38. The actual order came out to $11.70. They added on 97-cent sales tax, which is kind of crazy in itself because they'll tell you they can print money indefinitely and it will have no effect on anything. But yet, if that was the case, then why bother taxing people? Because the truth of the matter is, it's total BS. They have to tax, and every time they print more money, it's becoming worth less and less. Thus, the reason we're seeing everything like precious metals going up in price. But that's not what was the most interesting. People still wondering, well, how did you get $64 silver out of that story? So here's the thing. By the time they added tax on there, it came up to $12.67. But the important number to look at here is $11.70. I got 5 hamburgers for $11.70. But remember, $11.70 was half price. Now, jumping over, someone's probably going to be like, you're stretching. Maybe I am a little bit, but it's definitely something to think about. Here I have 5 silver dimes. At the moment that I was looking at that bill and I was thinking, a thought of clarity just came to me, and I said, remember the old days when they were 10 cents a piece? Well, what are 5 silver dimes worth today? Now, these are Mercury dimes, but it's not really going to matter if they're silver Roosevelt dimes, if they're silver Walking Liberty dimes. It doesn't matter. It's the silver in the dime that gives it the value. Believe it or not, 5 silver dimes is worth $11.62 melt value right now. $11.70. That's 8 cents off. Now, here's the thing, though. What is silver at right now? It's at $32. So the hamburgers, though, were half price tonight, which means you wouldn't normally pay $11.70. You would actually normally pay $23.40 plus tax, which would actually be even more than 97 cents because they're going to tax you on the whole. So now it'd be like $2. So you're even paying more. So here's the thing, though. If they were half price tonight, but the equation matched up, what does that mean? Well, what that means to me is that silver could double in price and it would still equal the burgers. Now, a lot of people don't really understand that concept that, stuff like gas. Think about what gas costs, and then think about in the old days, you used to be able to buy a gallon of gas for a quarter. And now look at it, a silver quarter from then, you can still buy a gallon of gas with a silver quarter. A lot of people are not seeing the big picture about how their money is getting watered down, how this right here, some people would say, oh, I'd rather have the dollar than the 5 dimes. Because they don't understand the silver is worth more than the dime. In fact, that's the reason the mint doesn't make our coins in silver anymore. They have gotten rid of, in the old days, they got rid of your old $5 gold eagles and your $20 double eagles and so on and so on. Now, someone out there might say, oh, the mint still makes the $5 eagles, and we'll get to that in a minute. But needless to say, they got rid of them. They didn't want you holding the gold. They wanted you holding a piece of paper. Why? Because a piece of paper is a note. It's a debt note. They don't say that, but if you look at the top of this, it says Federal Reserve note. Well, what is a note? Think about that for a minute. A note, a car note, a home note, a mortgage note. A note is debt. It's basically debt. And that's how they mark it. So here we are using debt notes as currency. We're trading these notes. They have no backing whatsoever. And thus the silver is still going up in price because everything's going up. But it's not really the silver that's going up. It's not really everything that's going up. In fact, if you were to compare that silver dime to that cheeseburger on a regular night, it's still the same. A silver dime is still a cheeseburger. A quarter is still a gallon of gas. But yet you need more fiat notes to get it. Why is that? Because the paper is being mass produced. They're printing even more and more of it, and therefore it's making it worth less and less. When you have gold or silver as money, it's limited. There's only so much gold and silver out there in the world. Now, someone could make up a story and say, oh, no, there's millions of tons of it in the earth, or there's millions of tons of it in space, and we're going to go up there and we're going to spaceship up there and mine it, and it's going to be worthless someday. And this is the biggest crock that you can say. And here's why. Do you think they're going to go to outer space for $31 an ounce? $32 an ounce, depending on what the price is when you're watching this video. As of right now, the ounce of silver is worth $32.15, I think, plus or minus a couple of pennies. It's total BS. It's total BS. And they're trying to convince you of all these different things that, oh, well, silver, look at the price of silver. I could have bought in silver in 1980, or I could have bought in silver in 2011 and I would have lost my butt. And that's another ridiculous claim to me, because now you're telling me that there's an asset out there that literally has not gone up at all. In fact, it's gone down in the last 12 years. Think of that for a minute. Name me anything that has gone down in 12 years besides silver. Now, in all fairness, you've got to pick a commodity. You can't pick a Beanie Baby, because, some of this stuff obviously was inflated. And that's really what's happening now with everything. I didn't mean to bump the camera. I'm sorry. A lot of stuff is being manipulated. It's being inflated. And I talked to a friend of mine today, and I told him, I finally pulled the trigger. I cashed out 75% of my crypto holdings. They said it would take a week before the money's in my bank, or the fiat notes are in my bank account. But we'll call it money, because some people don't really fully understand the difference between money and fiat and debt. But they said they'll send me the money, and I'll have it in my bank account within a week. Now, here's the funny thing about that. I ended up cashing out 75% of all my crypto assets, everything I own. I said, you know what? I just want my money out. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I'm tired of the total BS and manipulation that we're seeing in my opinion, cryptos and everything. Stocks, cryptos, I'll even say treasury bonds. I mean, it's ridiculous, all of it. And my friend tells me, I explain it all to him, and you know what he tells me? He tells me, at the end of the day, I don't care if it's ridiculous, if it's wrong, if it doesn't make sense, as long as I'm making money. Now, here's the problem with that. This is a friend of mine, but here's the problem. It makes money until it doesn't. A day will come, mark my words, where stuff is going to plunge. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not licensed to give financial information. But I can tell you that since we went off the gold standard, since we've been watering down money, we've took silver out of money, we've taken gold out of money, the dollar is being mass produced. And it's not just the dollar. It's every currency in the world. It's anything that's paper. I mean, someone made a joke the other day when they seen this one. Hey, look, I'm a Turkish millionaire. Million Turkish lira. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. How could I afford $1 million? I can't. It's not worth anything. I couldn't buy a cup of coffee nowadays with all that money. So inflation's happening. Silver and gold is going to go a whole lot higher. And maybe some people will say $64. My explanation was a little loose, and maybe it was. But think about that. It takes 2 silver dimes today to equal the amount of money in a hamburger, which means silver is half the price, in my opinion, that it should be. However, we're going to see some action, I believe. Silver is on the move, and it's only going to go higher. So $32, here's to $35, hopefully by the end of the month, or another big jump at least. We'll see what happens. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Don't forget to leave a comment. Hit that thumbs up for me. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.